British trade show, ISEKI stand. It must be Mr. Withers. Hello again. Hello again.
I can't believe a year has gone by, Scott.
Well,
it's amazing, isn't it?
Exactly. But it's been obviously seeing the size of the stand, the extended stand, must have been a good year for you guys.
Actually, yes, we've had a good few years, really. Obviously, for the whole industry, coming out of COVID has been one of those weird readjustments that we've had to do, but I think we've coped with that relatively well. And yes, it's been a good time for us, to be honest. Yeah.
And 15 minutes away from the budget. So,
yes.
So we'll see what happens there. But I was thinking earlier on, Dave, that ISEKI UK must be very fortunate to have a guy with as much managerial miles in the clock as you have that can steer a company through what must have been for most companies very tricky times.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have experience, isn't it? And, I've kind of, over the years, you've seen the good times and the bad times, and so we've managed through all of those. But I think, just looking at the budget and the economy and where the industry is generally, it's not a boom, obviously, but I think actually in our niche, this professional turf machinery space, it's less influenced by all the politics and agriculture and maybe even consumer products. So we've actually found that over the last few years we've had a pretty steady market to operate in, and then from our point of view it's all been about gaining share, and happily we have managed to do that year on year on year. So customers are buying the products, they're finding they like the products, they like the company, and they're coming back for more.
And market share, which area did you identify as the one that had the most room to gain?
Yeah. So we've always been quite good in that golf and municipal space, and we continue to be good in that golf and municipal space. What a market that we have discovered for ourselves and that we've done much better in is that high net worth individual. There's a lot of money sloshing around in the country, and the amount of people who've got 6, 10, 12, 15 acres of land, they like to do the work themselves. They're wealthy people and they love this stuff to go and do the work themselves. And so we've seen a massive growth in that area, and we focused on it, and we've tried to get better at trading in that space, and we've definitely seen most of our growth actually come from that area.
And the machine we're propping ourselves up on at the moment, relatively new, snowplow in the front, which doesn't augur well for the forthcoming winter, but hey-ho. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is our 25 horsepower TM machine. We've got it spec'd out in its winter gear, so we've got a salt spreader on the back and a plough on the front. This is quite popular in Scotland, particularly. A lot of the municipalities in Scotland will run 20, 30 of these in a fleet. And so it's been a market we haven't been in because we haven't had a cab available in this size of tractor. But we launched last year this machine with a cab, and that's got us back into that game. So now we're starting to see ourselves re-establishing ourselves in that specific niche of what they call pavement tractors in Scotland. So we wanted to bring it here. We often get quite a few Scottish guys coming down for SALTEX from the municipality, so we thought we'd deck it out in its winter kit to see whether we could show them what it could do.
Well, hopefully we're not going to get as much snow as you're obviously expecting, but we'll see how that goes. Now, it's great that you've got so many areas covered with the machines that you have got. You've got most boxes ticked, which is fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. We've got a nice wide range, and it's just amazing the amount of markets we can serve with the products we've got. And I think that's probably over the last 7 or 8 years, as we've been trying to develop further into these adjacent markets. It's just amazing the amount of people that use tractors. I mean, it really is much broader than you think it is. And we just try and compete in all those spaces.
And ISEKI must be a name that opens doors for you anyway. It must make it a little bit easier for you.
Oh, yes. I mean, when you look at it, it's actually our 100-year anniversary next year. 2025, ISEKI will be 100 years old, so we'll have some celebrations on that. But it's been around forever, and obviously been in Europe for 50 plus years now. So we're a household name. People know us, and they're aware of the product. And it's just a matter of getting it out there. It's doing the basics, Scott. You take the product, you get it out, you show the customer, sensible price, back them up. That's this business, isn't it?
Well, there's too many people try to think outside the box and not enough people try to think inside the box. I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought this is a relatively, not simple, but straightforward business. People buy off people, so you've got to have a workforce and a sales force out there that people like and want to trade with. You've got to have a good product that does what the customer needs it to do, and then you've got to back it up with parts and service and training afterwards. And I think if you just do those three things and you do them well, you can virtually ignore all the other stuff because it's not stuff that customers value.
Well, I hope you haven't given away too many trade secrets, but nice to spend a bit of time with you again, David. We'll no doubt see you in January.
Yeah, lovely to see you again, Stuart. I look forward to Harrogate.
Yay!